Okay. Hey, how's it going, guys? Um, and hey, Krypton and Low Res Studios. Okay, well, Low Res Studios was first. I'm sorry. Well, in my screen at least. I'm not sure. You guys can fight over that, but um, anyways, how's it going, guys? It's been a while, hasn't it been? Hey, how's it going? Crafted too. It's been like 3 months. Wow, I don't know why I haven't uploaded for 3 months, but yeah, like stuff happened as always. Um, right. So I guess we should wait until more people join before sort of continue, or until then we'll just talk about some other stuff. As people are joining, I mean, it says some people have joined. I don't know, but okay. All right, guys. Yes, I still have to decide that with you guys, Driven. Like, what will I code? Um, I'm thinking of some basic AI today. So I know it's been a while, and I don't want to leave you guys hanging. So thinking of programming some basic AI. Also, I cannot be too loud because everyone's sleeping right now. It's late. As you can see, it's like 11 p.m. here. So yeah, I need to sort of, try not to be too loud. If it's too quiet, let me know, and if you can understand me or not. And well, I work as a game developer, so yeah, sure. Actually, I think I do remember WSD Gaming, and Photon AI is maybe too much to ask for. I mean, it's possible you can make it, but it's maybe too time-taking for a stream. Actually, I don't know, just lazy. I just don't want to admit. Oh, where are you? Okay. Well, I hope I was able to help because I can't remember. Okay. Um, right. So I guess we'll give it 2 more minutes until more people start coming in, or and then we'll just get into it because it's been like 3 minutes. So starting 5 minutes is probably good enough. 5 to 10 minutes should be good enough. But yeah, let's hope. Da, 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 da. Okay. So how's everyone doing? What have you guys been working on? Because I've been working on some stuff too, but so that's typical. It's pretty good. It's pretty decent. Get the AI you made with me to work. I broke it. Oh, did I? Was it the one AI I made on a screen share? I'm sorry. I might not. I probably wasn't able to explain it too well because like on a screen share it's difficult. I guess you know. I feel like it's easier to explain when you have sort of like an audience somehow. But I don't know. Like, maybe I'm just not too confident with uh, personal sort of teaching. But yeah. Um. Right. So I've been busy with stuff. And all good. Oh, is it? Nice. It's pretty good. And everyone should join my Discord if you guys haven't already. I guess you probably have, but if you haven't, make sure to join in after May. I'll be coming back with making videos because I'll finally have a decent amount of time, right? And I'll also be like voice chatting on Discord, sharing stuff, doing stuff there. So, right, I just want to ask you guys, what do you guys think I should do on the stream? Because I had like, let's say, an hour or two around that time, probably an hour, but. So what do you guys think we should do in this stream? I was thinking of basic AI, which follows you and can maybe attack you. So we're not actually going to cover the animation framework. We're going to cover just the mechanics. So it follows you, it hits you. That's probably it, and probably like it loses you like at a certain range. Um, yeah, so some very basic stuff. And and the hitting would just be a ray cast, so it would be like a melee attack, but we're gonna essentially fake it. Well, moves around in the world, yes, follows you. Maybe some waypoint system. Waypoint system would be pretty decent, I guess. And then when you're like in its proximity, you're close enough to it, it starts following you instead. A sight system would probably be decent too, but I probably need to review my notes from that. Otherwise, I'll make so many mistakes on that. And like, I mean, even right now, I'm sorry if I probably am not able to deliver a good tutorial because it's been a while since I've actually taught anyone, really. So, yeah, I'm on my Discord right now at the moment, and, yeah, okay. Oh wow, someone just joined and left right away. That's great. The Discord, I mean. So let's get to it. It's been 5 minutes roughly, more than 5 minutes, but yeah, I guess people are instead leaving, so maybe I should have started instantly. Right. So right, let's make like a basic AI then. And hey, I can't pronounce your name, SPDY. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of working on AI, basic AI, which follows you, attacks you, loses you when you're away from it, from a certain range and whatnot. So it's going to be very basic. and what I was going to say again. Yeah. So, what do you think about that? Is that good enough? Also, I'm a bit quiet today, so don't mind that. It's pretty late, so. AI basic. Hope I can type, because so I have a bad throat as well. So if I die of coughing at some point, then please don't mind me. And surprisingly, my stream is running quite well. Maybe I should not say that because it'll probably mess up the stream. Because I'm able to like stream at 1080p 60 FPS, so that's pretty darn cool. Right, so I'm using Unity 2017.3. I have not yet upgraded to 2018. 2018.1 is out, by the way, guys. If you haven't checked it out, do check it out. But yeah, it's. I mean, I did try the beta. It was really broken when I tried it out at the very starting beta, but yeah. Maybe we'll get to the 2018 one as well. The entity component system. It's a new one. I need to do my research on that. Hopefully we can get to that as well. So anyways, right, so we're just gonna start with an empty project, just an empty project. I think we should start with importing some packages. Oh god, I don't have a package. Well, give me 1 second as I find my package. So I'm gonna import a standard character controller package, if you guys are not aware of that. So let's hope I can find one which is somehow compatible. Also, everyone should just hop in the chat if they haven't already, because yeah, that way I can, you know, do like a Q&A sort of thing as well, or like respond to you, because you know it's not really a video, a recorded video that you could just watch. You can also, you know, talk with me as we're going on. So just importing the characters standard package. Move around, and then we'll just get an AI. At some point, I was thinking of creating a custom character controller, for a tutorial for that, because people are interested in that as well. You know, so maybe they can get that, because the standard one comes with a lot of features which you may or may not need. I mean, it's standard, it's basic, but what? Scripting won't be added. Okay, well, that's cool. That's a new error. So I'm just gonna go ahead, create a plane, and just a basic plane. Let's scale it up, and because this hurts my eyes, dev download. Unfortunately, no, I don't think I even have the multiplayer FPS project at the moment, because to be honest, the code for that thing, it was terrible. I just coded like whatever way I wanted to code, and that was really bad. You shouldn't code that way. You should feel bad when you code that way. So Oh shit, it's my boy Dylan. I'm sorry. What's up, Dylan? How's it going? Yes, it is a rare occurrence indeed. Yeah, Dylan is from Discord, by the way. He's a cool guy. Also, apparently the stream is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth stream. That's weird. That's a weird thing. Well, it wasn't happening like 3 hours ago when I was testing the stream. Maybe I should stream when it's properly working. Let me know if you guys experience any problems. Just do drop it in the chat, please. Because it says that the video output is low, but I hope not. So, right. How's it going, Dylan? We're just covering some AI at the moment. Why do you keep saying jinxed? Or jinxed, dude? What? Just give me a second, okay. Right. Okay, well that's good if it's fine. YouTube just is telling me that it's not fine. Right. Okay, good stuff. Let's hope it stays fine. So, okay, I'm just gonna put that there. Cool. So let's drag and drop our capture in here and get a basic scene to run. I'm just gonna, now there are two characters. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but this one is more robust for certain things. Like more, if you have more dynamic interactions in your environment, you probably want to use the rigid body one. The other one is for, I mean, it works too, but you know, I want to use this because I like it more. I don't know why. And holy moly, this hurts my eyes. Let me just do this one thing. I'm just a bit used to it, so I'm just gonna give it the floor of material. I hope I'm not too fast. I'm not going too fast. I won't be going too fast. It's just a stream, so. Anyways, let's see. I'm just gonna say. All right. Sadly, please stop, my dude. Okay, so right. I guess that's a very bad color. We'll just go with like a gray. That's probably fine. And let's probably scale it up. 50, 50, 50. And okay. So yeah, great. I can't tell what's going on in the scene anymore. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Just some blocks to actually blocks to actually see. There's a gun. Alrighty. Okay, so let's actually dive right into our code. Right. Okay. So, I'm gonna give me one sec. So we're gonna make. I'm gonna save the scene. I'm gonna drive right into the code right away. So this is gonna be main, something like that. And we're gonna create a new folder. Scripts, put all the scripts there. So the AI is basically just going to be a visual representation, and suddenly we're just making a AI in a game, enemy of sorts, and yeah, right. So we'll just kind of go ahead and create a capsule that's going to be our AI. You know, I'm just always lazy to really do all that, so let's see. Okay, so material would be good, so giving the material to the enemy. I'm just going to make it sort of green for now, so it's like a neutral enemy and whatnot, and just add a cube to tell where it's looking. I don't think that the looking part is going to make any difference in this case. By the way, looking is always at the z-axis, and this is like the front of it. This is where it's looking. That axis, z-axis, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so right. So this little thing here is going to be our AI. I'm just going to call it a capsule AI. So yeah, change color depending on state, exactly. though. Yeah, that's probably okay. So let's see. Let's get into it. I'm just gonna call this script like AI controller, because that's literally the only name for an AI script I know of. I can't think of any good names. Also, Visual Studio is probably going to take some time to start up. Let's hope not. Okay, it's going to take some time to start up. Okie dokie. Visual Studio, come on. You can do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Oh god. Oh boy. Right, so I guess until that's... Oh, I think it's on. It's on. Hey, it's here. Sure hope it doesn't lag, because usually it just lags way too much. I'm just doing this because I'm used to it. You guys don't really have to do it. But you know, that's what I say on my streams always. You don't have to do it. Right. Just gonna so you just attach your AI controller script to your AI, and that's that for now. So and Dylan, it's gonna be uploaded as a public video. Also, this is just basic AI. More advanced videos will probably be here, but after May. Otherwise, it's just basic AI. So you can, if you want basic understanding of how AI works, you know, some falling stuff, some targeting. It's not exactly targeting or advanced targeting, but then you can check this video out, or you can save it. So, right. So now that we've actually done that. Actually, no, I don't have free time. I mean, I'm just trying to get some free time to make a video because, you know, why not? Because it's been 3 months and I can't upload a proper video. This is like compensation for it. That makes sense. Right, so jumping right into the code, to actually make use of AI, it's pretty simple. I think in Unity 5.6 and newer, or like newer version than that, you need to actually use this, otherwise you don't need to include this. So it's like, you need to include the libraries for the AI, so it's unityengine.ai. The thing this does is it gives us certain ability to control certain components, like this component, which is called a NavMesh agent right here. Let's attach that NavMesh agent to the AI as well while we're at it. So the NavMesh agent is basically, well, an agent, I guess. So you know, it's just something which allows your character or anything really to move on a particular mesh. So for example, there's this mesh, and by adding a NavMesh agent, you can move on this mesh. You can actually have calculated stuff. So what you can do is you can tell the computer to calculate this mesh as a movable mesh overall, and the AI will be able to find its path toward a specific point. So for example, if I tell it to go here, instead of just bumping into the wall straight going there, it'll actually find its path around the object and it'll reach here. So the NavMesh agent essentially you know, makes use of the pathfinding stuff, which is inside of Unity by default. Yeah, kind of, I guess, but you know, collisions, it's still gonna collide, but yeah. Okay, and hey, Street Mods, how's it going? Yes, I will work on the photon tutorial soon. Not yet. After May. Also, AI is artificial intelligence. Let's just think about it as enemy in games. We're just creating an enemy in a game. It's nothing too special, I guess. I mean, it's alright. Yeah. And let's not start a fight. Oh god. Okay. Right. And oh, hey, what's up, Adam? How's it going? So let's get on to it. And yes, I'm streaming after a really long time. So what we're gonna do is we are actually gonna make this AI follow our player. So a couple things we need for that is we actually need to access this component, and we need to tell it to move to a specific location. In this case, to follow the player, we're gonna tell it to move towards the player. So we're gonna essentially go like this. Just gonna create. So we need to target, and target is going to be a transform because we need to access its position. So, and that transform is going to be player or actually target in our case, because target could be different as well. It could be like a waypoint or something else. So we can have a target or something. We can have other things as well, but let's see. Yeah, okay. Wait, Adam 891. Okay. Let me check. Are you? Well, you're not online in my Discord right now, so I can't really find you. I'm sorry. But nice to see you're here. Hope you guys can actually hear me properly. Let me know if anything goes wrong. Okay. Right. Great. So we need a target, and we need this is going to be a private because we don't necessarily have to expose this variable, but this is going to be a NavMesh agent essentially, and that's going to be we're going to call that an agent. So yeah, and we're going to assign to that on the start. So agent equals get component NavMesh agent. Right, good stuff. So now we'll have our agent. We need a target. Target we're going to manually assign for now. So the players are going to be manually assigned. Or we can say something like if the target is not assigned. So if it's not assigned, then we can just say the target is going to we're going to find a target by a tag. So we're going to try to find our player using tags. We can tag the player with a specific tag and search based on that. So we can just say find, or I think it's game object dot find with tag player. And because this returns a game object type, and we need a transform type, we're just gonna say dot transform. Anyways, hey Lemon Frenzy, LO Pack. Oh, nice. Hey, how's it going, man? From Discord, nice. Nice, that's pretty good. And what do you mean random distance for idle movement? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that, but because like for idle, I was thinking of a distance as well. Like once you're at a specific distance from the player, you're not gonna follow him. So yeah. Anyways, moving on. So once we have that, we're actually gonna go ahead. Yeah, when target is null. So if target is not assigned, we're gonna automatically search for a player or try to search for a player. But in most cases, you would actually find the player using some sort of a site system, which is obviously not an actual site, but something similar. So we're going to move towards this target's position now. So it's fairly simple to move towards it. And for now, we're going to just put it in the update because we're lazy. It's best not to put it in the update, but let's see. So agent.set destination is as simple as doing that. So we're setting its destination to a specific point, and we're just going towards target.position. And right now, no, Adam, I'm not using Unreal as a movement. In fact, I have a lot more to discover in Unity, starting from 2018.1, a lot. So, and again, I'll do everything. Like I'll probably come back to Unreal as well, but I'm not sure yet because there's so many features in Unity, and it's amazing. It's becoming amazing again. Make Unity great again. So we're just essentially setting our destination, moving towards the target position, and that's that. So yeah. So just let's save that. Let's test it out. It should be fairly simple. It should fairly work out of the box. Before we actually sort of get to making it work, though, there's a couple things we need to do. So make Unity great again. Hashtag make Unity great again, please. Thank you. So we have so basically the AI actually does not know its way around the map yet. So this is like a basic map. It doesn't know where to move around. It's a bit too basic for it to be called the map, really. But so we need to tell it where it can move and where it cannot move. What's an obstacle? What's not an obstacle? So how we do that is we actually mark all the surfaces, all the meshes essentially. So we click on the mesh, we go to the static tab, click here, the drop down there, we mark it as a navigation static. I mean, you can just mark it as everything static, but okay, well, let's not do that. Wait, give me a second. I'm going to turn off auto generation because that kills my CPU when I'm streaming. So, navigation static. Navigation static, once we're done with that, we're going to do something, another thing to actually tell it, to actually calculate positions. So what if we have multiple meshes? We can just grab all of them and set them as navigation static. And game over. I have not looked into the ECS and job system just yet. I'm still quite curious. I want to do that, but then again, as I said, so I don't know if you probably joined late, but I'll be busy throughout May, so I'll come back after May. This is going to be like my last video until another month, and then I'll finally be uploading, hopefully regularly. But yeah, so I'll be looking into the entity component system then, and the job system. I'm really curious about the entity component system. Like, it looks amazing, and they claim that you can use multi-threading like flawlessly without any issues and whatever. So that's very, very cool. Really want to look into it. It's like entirely different though, and I'm not 100% sure. Like, I don't know if you, I'm not sure. I'm sorry. Don't hate me for that, please. It's usually the people from Discord, or like who are normally active-ish. And yeah, I see Adam there now. Okay, thanks Adam for or Adam, the other Adam. Are you the same Adam? Okay. Sorry. All right, let's not go off topic. So, all right. So now we actually need to bake the mesh. So once you're done marking all your meshes which you want to be able to movable or to be able to calculate as an obstacle, you need to actually bake it. So you need to go to Window and Navigation. So that opens up a new tab here. Okay. That opens up a new tab here, and if you go to the Bake option there, Bake tab here, you can essentially just bake all this. So you can just click on Bake, and that's gonna calculate this entire mesh. And as you can see, it just does it for you. So all the blue areas are essentially movable, and the sort of not marked areas are not movable. Simple as that. So if I click on this guy, it won't be able to move here. But if there's any need, if you want to sort of climb, then you can make that happen. That's a different story. We're not going to cover climbing. That's quite different for a NavMesh agent, but yeah. Okay, anybody have a link for animating the breaks in Blender? It's been 6 months. Ooh, 6 months, nice. Very long. So now that we're done with that, another thing that we can do, as you can see, we haven't assigned the target yet. I just want to show you guys this. So if I click on our player, which is essentially the rigid body controller, and you see there's an option for tags. I'm not sure if you've worked with tags before, but basically tags, it's like how you tag stuff, I guess. Like, think of it as a post system, like a social networking system, like how in social networking you have tags. You use hashtags, and when you actually sort of click on a hashtag, it brings you to all the objects or all the sort of posts which exist with that particular tag. So this tag system is similar to that. So you can tag many objects or one object with a tag, and that tag essentially you can use it to search for things or display or all that kind of stuff. And sorry, Adam, I know I have got some noise. Sorry about that. I'm actually using a noise filter thingy to filter it out, but maybe it's not working too well. Yeah, that's bad. Well, let's go ahead and create a tag. We don't actually need to create a tag because there's already a player tag for us, and we're going to use this. So let's assign the rigid body FPS controller with the player tag. And as we did in the code here, searching for the player by the tag, if it's not assigned already, we can just do that. So if I just press the play button, it should. There we go. He's okay. Well, he's a bit too aggressive. Let's okay. Yeah, he's very aggressive. Oh goodness. Look at him. And yeah, there is like auto noise suppression. I mean, I'm using noise suppression using another third-party software because that seemed to work quite well for me. But if you say I can try that out as well, let me see, filters, noise suppression, and I can sort of set it to something. I don't know if that helps. Let me know if that helps. I'm using a noise gate as well, so when I'm not talking, there's no background noise. But yeah, yeah, I've done that. There's filters, and I've done that in OBS. Just added the filter. I reduced it though, so my quality doesn't deteriorate. That's a bit of a hard bargain. But as you can see, the AI does follows is a bit too fast. And does it really lags the video? Oh, that's bad. Oh god. Okay, well, I guess the stream's dying then. Sorry, guys. Sure hope not, but let me know if it actually lags it, because it's, I mean, well, I don't know. Right, so it follows us, that's good. You have a speed here, so I'm going to reduce the speed to 1.5 or something, because that's very fast. One thing you can do to sort of avoid the enemy to sort of stand right inside of you, like, hey, how's it going? Like, that's very, no offense, retarded to the end for an enemy to just stand inside of you, literally, like literally inside of you. So to reduce that, we can increase the stopping distance here. So we can set it to like 1 or 2 meters. I'm gonna go with 2 meters. So that's in meters again. So let's try it again, and let's see how that goes. As you can see, he's walking. He's moving very slow. And he just stops at like a 2 meter distance. He's not trying to suffocate me by standing inside of me. That's good enough. Let's make him a bit fast, because 1.5 is very slow, isn't it? Yeah, maybe 2.5 would work, but yeah, that's good. That's decent. So now that we actually have that, also give me a sec. I might actually have to go away for a bit, but yeah. Right. Let's see. I don't have to go away right now, but when I do, I'll let you know. Okay, guys. So let's go back to script. So now he follows us, and we can sort of have like a system, a state system for it. Very basic. So you can have a follow system, you can have a waypoint system, you can have a, what's it called, attacking state. So states, we're going to use something called enums for that. Enums are just essentially collection of integers, or not even a collection of integers. It's just like an integer. So if I write like int state, and I think of state 0 as idle, okay. State 1 is as follow, state 2 is attack, then that's exactly what an enum is going to do, but it's gonna hide those integers behind a word, a name, I guess you could say. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to say public enum state, and then you sort of write into state. So you have idle state, follow, attack. I think we should have, yeah, I think that's probably fine. Probably fine. Not quite sure. Let's see. Let's go ahead and let's see. And now we can't actually make use of this state, the enum, just yet. To make use of it, we're going to write some other stuff. So we're going to say, we're actually going to declare it. So essentially you can think of this as another type, just like this is a type. So we've created our own type. And now we're using that type under a specific name. I'm just going to name it a state. Hopefully it's not too confusing to you guys. It might be a bit of a new concept, but it's really good to use, really fun to use, and you can definitely try it out. Pretty good stuff. So now that we actually have enums could be used like in a simple manner. So you can check for things like so like essentially idle is 0. As you can see, if I hover my mouse, it says 0, 1, 2. You know, just integers there. And you can very simply just go and write stuff like if state equals, you want to check for something, state dot idle or attack or follow. Like, how easy is that? It's just an integer. I don't know why I'm repeating myself so many times, but hope you guys get the idea. Don't confuse it too much. So with enums, it's not just with enums really, it's with other things as well, with integers generally, but you can use something called a switch statement. Again, I do believe you have done that in our FPS tutorials. Actually, I think we've done that. Pretty sure we've done that. Yeah, we've done the enums and the other stuff in the FPS. I think so. I hope so. But let's just go over it again. So switch. This is like a basic switch statement. Switch is like essentially, as it says, switching between things. So you switch, and we're switching between state, or say state, and there we go. So when our state switches or changes, we based on that we can run certain methods and whatnot. So in case it's state.idle, then whatever is in here in between idle and break, that piece of code is going to be executed, and it just keeps going on. So case follow, right, and then case. Also, there's a very sort of cool way in Visual Studio to use the case the switch statement. It's very simple. You just write switch, and you press tab twice, and it just gives you this. And then double click on this, and then you switch it to your enum variable state, and you press enter twice, and boom, it just makes it all for you. So it save yourself a bit of time, I guess. Also, default break is what if the state does not matches any of these three. In our case, that's impossible. But if it was an integer, integers could have errors, so you can fall out of your specific range. Then you can put something inside of here. So what to do in case nothing matches. But we're not going to use that. We're just going to use our idle follow attack. And in follow, for simplicity, we just drag and drop this. So when we're in the follow state, this is going to happen. Okay, let me just write some stuff down. For much cleaner code, you should probably move these into methods, which we will, I guess, do at some point. That doesn't make any sense to do follow stuff. So what we can do is, on idle state, we can essentially make the AI follow a set of waypoints. So we can create a new method, and we can call it follow waypoints, right? And we can just put this method here. So when we're in the idle state, we're going to follow waypoints. When we're in the follow state, we're going to do this. When we're in the attack state, we're going to do that. Stuff like that, right? So to show just a little bit of it before we move on into creating the waypoint system, I'm just going to select our capsule. It has a state sort of thing. Very nice thing, I guess. It shows you this, and it's kind of good to look at. But so in the idle, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to stand there because we didn't tell it to do anything really. In the follow, it's going to follow me. Keeps following me. In the attack, it's not going to do anything either. So once it's done following me, it's going to stop there. So it will walk until it reaches that specific point. So if I say like follow, and I'm like standing, say here, and I say attack, it's not going to stop instantly because we've set a destination, right? And it's gonna follow the destination until it reaches it, unless you forcefully say stop, which we can do, by the way, by saying, I think, agent.stop, or we can just set the destination as null. So agent.reset path, that's one thing as well. But yeah. So for waypoints, we can create another variable to store all our waypoints in. Yeah, so we're gonna call this. This is gonna be a transform, but at this time, it's gonna be an array of transforms, and we're gonna call it waypoints because we have multiple points, not just one point. So, what do you mean site stepped after changing the idle? I mean, it will follow you as best as it can, wherever it can. Also, give me a sec. I'll be back in a bit. 1 second. Right. Hope you guys didn't die because of that away thingy. I thought I should just put up some music there. I don't know if you guys were able to hear that, but yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah, it said smartless gamer stopped using Unity. I'm not sure. Did you? Anyways, so we have waypoints. So for waypoints, we actually need to know which waypoint we're currently following. So say we have 5 waypoints. We need to know which waypoint you're following, right? The first waypoint, second, third. For that, we're going to create another sort of. Also, wait, let me just move that out because, yeah, okay. I don't know, it was a bit bothering me. So let's create a new private integer to keep track of the current waypoint we're currently at. So we can say current waypoint is straightforward, pretty straightforward, right? And by default, it will be 0. If you just want to initialize it, you can do that. It's probably fine. Yeah. So we start up 0 is basically the first waypoint, because remember arrays, they start at 0 and they go on after that. So right. And moving to the follow waypoints, we're just essentially gonna do some certain things here. So we're gonna go ahead and say agent.setDestination waypoint current waypoint dot position. So I'll explain that in a sec. So we're picking the waypoints array. Then inside the array, we're picking the first or the current waypoint, whatever the current waypoint value is, which is 0. So the very first waypoint, we're picking that, and we're getting its position, and we're moving towards set destination. Also, there's another way to move, which is simply destination equals that. If I remember correctly, what is... Okay, well, basically the destination one does not recalculate the path. Set destination does recalculate. This is a method. That's more of a, what can you say, like an actual vector 3 position. So, yeah. Right. I guess that makes sense. Oh, hey, I do remember you. How's it going? So, right, so we're following the destination now. So what we're gonna do, we're actually gonna make some checks while we're following it. So this time I'm gonna actually use a different method. I'm gonna use a method which returns a type called bool. You know bools? True or false? So this method is gonna actually give us a true or false each time we try to execute this. And we're gonna say has reached destination, right? So just calculating if you've actually reached it. As you can see, instead of make it just throws an error. It says we're not returning a value. We need to return a value. Let's do that. So we're gonna say I guess return, and we're gonna check remaining distance is less than or equals to agent.stopping distance. So that just basically that is exactly what it means, I guess. So the remaining distance, right? We're just calculating, we're just checking the distance. So this is like a pre-calculated value. It's on the NavMesh though. It's not an actual distance value. So normally when you calculate distance in Unity, you use the vector to the distance method. It calculates a direct distance. So sort of like a displacement rather, instead of like a path towards something. This distance is based more on a path. So it's the actual path of the NavMesh, and it's checking if that path is, if you've almost reached that path. Stopping distance is just what we assigned here. That was 2, right there. So checking for like 2 meters. So if you're like that close to it, so it sort of respects that, I guess. So what we can do is we can say, okay. right, my bad. Right, continuing. So we're gonna set the destination if we actually don't have one. So say we're already following something, we're not gonna set a destination. We're gonna check, okay, if agent dot has path. So if you actually have a path, don't have a path, right? Then we're gonna set a new path, right? We're gonna move towards something. Okay, and then we're gonna say if we already do have a path, then we're gonna check for something. We're gonna say, okay, if we have reached that path, then we're simply gonna say reset path. Okay, pretty simple, right? So if you have a path, then we're gonna check if you reach. Let's just kind of try type out some comments here. So check if we don't have a path to follow, right? Okay, that hopefully wasn't too long. Calculate a new destination and move towards it, right? And we can say otherwise if we do have a path, check if we've reached it. I don't think this really needs any comments, to be honest. I don't know why I'm even writing them. And reset if we have. So we're gonna stop moving as soon as we reach the path. That's it. Another thing which we're gonna actually do here is we're gonna increment the value of the current waypoint. Remember, this is a waypoint system, so we're gonna say current waypoint plus plus. That's that. I think there was another way of doing it, which was like current waypoint equals current waypoint. I probably won't do it. It was using a modulus. It was using the modulus operator, which gives you like a remainder. So if you try to say 21 modulus, I don't know, 5. So it's going to divide 21 by 5, and the remainder you're going to be given that. So that was a very good way of doing it. I kind of forgot how to make. I can't think of how to use it right now, so I'm going to skip over that. But we're going to say just increase the waypoint, and if the waypoint count is greater than the waypoint's dot length, then we're gonna just reset it, right? So we're not gonna go over the waypoint count. We're gonna go back to the first one as soon as we reach the last waypoint. Hopefully this should work. If it doesn't, then I have no clue. Because yeah, let's see. We're in the idle state. This all should happen in the idle state, private. We've got a couple methods there, and I'm going to create a list of waypoints. So we're going to create an empty game object, which is going to act as a holder, waypoints 01. And inside of it, I'm just going to add some cubes. So let's make like one here, first waypoint, second, third. Let's just go with 3 for now. You can remove the colliders and mesh renders, but I guess I'm going to keep the mesh renders there. Scale it down so I can sort of see them, but not exactly see them. Oh god. Okay, I can't type that down. Alright. Boom. Nice. And we're going to select our AI, and we're going to populate it with all the waypoints we have here. Nice. Okay. So let's give it a try. Hope that works. Right. So he's going to the first waypoint, he's reached it, he's going to the second waypoint. Right? As you can see, as soon as he reaches it, like the 2-meter distance, it just switches between waypoints. So now he's going to the third waypoint. And okay, well that didn't work. It says index array is out of range. Let's see what we have here. Oh, my bad. I forgot one thing, sorry. It should be greater than or equals to. Actually, it should be equals to. Okay, what happened here? Oh, my bad. I wasn't able to click it. So it should be greater than or equals to. So it should actually be equal, but just make it greater in case something happens, I guess. So basically, as soon as we reach the max length, or the last waypoint, I'm going to reset back to the first one. And yeah, that's that. Moving to the second, now moving to the third and last waypoint. And hopefully that works. Boom, moves back to the first one. So if you go to the navigation tab here, you can actually see the AI's path. So you can see there's a line there. Now let me just remove the NavMesh. So you can see there's a red line there, which tells us where it's moving. And it's just basically moving around the map at certain waypoints. That's that. Simple as that. Moving here, moving there. That's cool, right? That's pretty sweet. So what's next? We have this system working. We can sort of delay it, I guess, as well. So you can have a float idle timer, or something else, I guess. But I guess it really just depends. But we're not really going to delay it because, you know, I'm lazy. So I would probably use a float timer. Probably, maybe. Because like when we reach a destination, we can just play a timer or start a coroutine or something like that. Once we're done with it, we can return true, go back to it. So once we're good with this, we're going to go to the follow, let's say. Now I'm actually going to make a thing for this. This is the idle. I'm going to make sure all the bool type methods are at the end. So we're going to make a new primate, follow player. And that's what's actually going to be, oh, that's going to be a void. That's what's actually going to be played or executed here. So let's just copy that. Paste it there. And we're going to paste that there. And hey, Emmett, how's it going? This is just AI. We're creating an enemy for our game. You can follow us and follow waypoints, attack us, hopefully. So let's see. So follow player. I was thinking of actually doing a couple things with this, and that was like, so the problem about NavMesh agents is they're quite expensive. They're expensive because like, if you set destination on an update frame, that basically means you're recalculating a new path towards the player 60 times a second, considering your game runs at 60 frame rate, 60 FPS. And that is very bad. You're creating a new path or checking for a new path every time, so many times, 60 times a second. And you have like 10 agents that's 600 times a second. So to do that, to actually sort of prevent that, what you can do is you can store the last position, last move position, or you can sort of have like a target instead of a transform. You can set that to, or you can create like another thing, target position, another variable, which will be a vector 3. You can store the last movement position which you're trying to move to inside of it. And you can calculate between two positions. So think of it as this way, right? You have a player and you have an enemy. Or sorry, you have a player and you have a last position which you move towards, right? Essentially would work like this. Let me just sort of work here. So you have an enemy here. Imagine this is the player in this case, and you have and you know the enemy calculated position towards the player, and that was this position last time I calculated it, right? Now that's not too much of a problem, right? Like, what if we stopped at this position instead of this position, right? And for example, considering your game actually has AI, which is animations, it's going to move forward and stuff. So that's not too much of a problem, you know. You have a swordsman or something, he's going to use animations and move forward, attack. That's fine. If the player moves around this point, right, like this or something, right, that's not a problem for us, because this point is very close to the player point. We can rotate the enemy forcefully instead of through NavMesh agent when we're attacking, right? So basically, we can use a simple distance check between the last path position and the current position of the player. And if that distance check is greater than a specific distance, like 2 meters, where like there's a big difference between the last position and the current position of the player, then we can calculate a new path towards the player. So this would mean that maybe we would calculate, let's say, 5 times a frame, 5 times a second, 10 times a second, you know, and that's a lot better, or even not at all sometimes, right? So a lot of cases we might not even calculate it. So using that sort of method, or you can also have a timer-based system. So it calculates the position based on a time. You can combine the timer-based with the distance-based system. So that would be a lot more sort of robust in that sense, a lot more optimized in that sense. But yeah. So how should we do this? Right. I guess the way we can do this is we can sort of have it like public, or well, this is going to be more of a private, but so we can have a vector 3 that's going to be a target position, right? And essentially what's going to happen is this position, this is something which we're actually going to set on like every frame. Now again, this is not that much of a problem for us. We can also limit this as well, mind you. But we're going to set that on every frame. So we're going to say, actually, are we going to set that on every frame? Hopefully I'm not confusing it with something. Hopefully, yeah. Well, let's see. So we have a destination. I think we don't even need to store that because we can just store that based on the destination. Maybe confusing it with something. Hopefully not. Follow player target position equals target at position. So we're just storing the position of the target as the moment, right? And we're moving towards that thing here. Okay, nothing has changed really, other than just a new extra variable in the stack for us to mess with. So we have a destination, and once we actually have a destination, we're going to check for the distance, right? So in the follow player, we're going to say, okay, if we don't have, we're going to do the same exact thing for the path one. So if we don't have a path, a has path, or wait, actually, if our destination is not equals to the target position, and I guess that's fine, then we're going to move towards the target. Does that make any sense? God, what am I doing? I guess maybe we should leave the optimizations for later. I sure hope we should, because we're just following the player, aren't we? I think we're going to leave this for later, actually. Let's do that. Let's actually cover the basis of our game before we jump into optimizations. Why am I even doing that? Right. I'm just moving towards the target position. Sorry for wasting your time. So, moving on. Once we're actually moving towards the position of the player, we're going to check for a couple of things. And that's going to be essentially, have you reached the player? So, has reached destination. So you see, this method is quite useful, right? So have we reached the player now? And if we have reached the player, then we're going to switch states. This is like the fun part. Also, is my stream dying a bit? Because like in terms of the quality and stuff, because YouTube shows a yellow there. Am I even okay? Well, I hope it's not. Well, yeah, that's true. Clean it up now so you don't break it later. For the sake of the stream, I'm probably not going to do that because you can see how bad that was. Right. So have we reached the destination? And if you have reached the destination, we've reached the player in this case, then we're going to switch states. So we're going to switch from the normal state to the attack state, right? And the attack state is going to have its own set of things. So attack player, that's going to be another method, and sorry, that's going to be here, right? So now we've actually switched to the attack state because we reached the player. Now again, we can do a couple things here. This could be like a distance check of sorts, or like I guess this thing of sorts. I suppose this would be this thing, but So we're going to do another check inside of this attack player to actually move out of this state. So what if the player just runs away from the enemy? He will be in the attack state forever. He'll be attacking like a blind guy or something, and that's no good. So we're going to say we're going to reuse this method. This doesn't make too much sense in terms of English, I guess. But if you have not reached the destination, essentially if you're not close to the player, if you're away from the desired position, then we want to go searching for it, or we're gonna go back to the state equals state.follow. So we're gonna reset, follow the player again if this is greater desired. Oh, what? Oh, okay. What? I don't know how I did that, but okay. So, simple as that, right? We're just gonna follow, like go back to following, if we are not close enough. I think a good part here would actually be sort of adding like maybe we should actually write this statement down as a whole, because we're stopping at like right at the edge. As soon as we reach the player, as soon as we reach the stopping distance, we're stopping. And as soon as the player sort of moves a little bit away, we're going to stop attacking and go back to another state, follow him. That's not too good. So we should add sort of like an offset. So we can say if the remaining distance is greater than stopping distance, +1, for example. So just adding like offset like meters there, meters. So you know the player doesn't. We don't instantly start following him. We wait until it gets slightly out of our range. We can also have an attack range here if you guys want to do that, but we're not going to do that yet. So maybe I should do some sort of a system, very basic system. I kind of want to do that, but let's not do that. Let's stick to the topic. So, right. Otherwise, you know, this is automatically going to force us to return, so we don't need to write a else here. You can write a else though, but yeah. And hey, what's up? How's it going? I cannot pronounce your name. Murad? Would that be how you pronounce your name? Or so. Right. So we reached the player. We actually need to go back into Unity and create certain things here. Right, let's go back to Unity. Let's actually do like a distance check while we're at it. So let's create a new method to check the distance. So private void. Oh, that's good. Hello. Shout out to my boy Murad. My bad. Sorry for zooming genders, by the way. But nice to know you're from Iraq. So I guess we can say check for player, check distance. What should I call this method? Do you guys have any idea? Like I struggle a lot on method names sometimes. I should read books on method naming because there's literally books on how to name methods. Look for player, I guess. That's a straightforward name. And here we'll just check for the distance between the player and the other stuff. So we can create a new variable here. Essentially, call it public float detect range. That's going to be like 10 meters, right? So we're not doing actual site check, we're just doing a distance check. So think of this as a massive sphere with a radius of 10 meters, essentially. That's what we're doing here. So whenever we're inside of that radius, then we can just... That's actually a pretty good idea. Yeah, we should do a naming... Wow, I wonder if they have that. They probably have that program out already. Just create your own method names. So, look for player. Right. And I'm going to do it. Now, there are a couple of ways of doing distance checks. You can use the vector 3 distance. Apparently, that's not too optimized. I don't personally use it. You guys can use it. Because it's essentially a method. And using a method constantly is not a good thing. We're going to do this constantly, by the way. So we'll constantly look for the player outside of the states. So another way I would say is distance to player equals, so we pick the player target dot position. All right, we've got the target minus transform that position, right? And now we have a vector. Now, if you guys have obviously studied vectors, which would be very, very helpful, then you might know that to find distance between two sort of positions, you pick the latter position, I guess, and the current position or your position, and then you subtract them both. So you subtract the latter position from the current position and stuff like that. Or, sorry, the current position from the latter. I don't know. And you find and that gives you like a vector towards it. So we're getting a vector towards the target position right now. Think of it as an arrow, which goes from ourselves towards the target. Right? We have that right now. Also, hello there, person whose name is not readable, is it? I'm sorry. I don't know if that's a language or what, but hey, how's it going? Long time no see indeed. It's been very long. And sorry to break it to you, but I'll be disappearing again for a month. So yeah, like around entire of May basically. But yeah. So and we have a vector towards it, but the vector actually has X, Y, and Z. And we don't care about the exact position, we just care about distance. To find distance, we just get the magnitude of that vector, right? So that should be fairly straightforward. I should have just set that to float. And that should be good. And we can say if distance to player is less than or equals to detect range, then we're simply going to switch states. State equals state dot follow. So we're going to start following, and we're going to keep following, and unless we get out of that range, otherwise we're going to go back to our idle range. As soon as we get out of that imaginary sphere, we're returning back to the idle. So we're going to look for the player here. So in the update, outside of the switch state, we're looking for the player constantly. We're constantly doing a distance check between the player and the enemy, and we're checking for things that way. So let's go back into Unity, and let's see if our AI is sort of fully functional to some extent, that it can switch between states without us manually clicking and switching between them. Let's hope that works. I think it should work as soon as I start, but let's see. This falling rate right now, that's pretty, oh god, that's pretty good. As you can see, it actually went back to the idle, but that's a problem because as I said, so it still tries to reach my last destination thing. So I guess what we should do is, if we're following the player and we switch states, I guess. Let's see, if we already have a path, then reach the destination and we reset the path. Okay. Huh. Right. That's a bit of an interesting thing. How can we reset it? How can we check for a reset without constantly resetting the position? Because otherwise we'd be resetting the position constantly. Following the player. I guess we can check for a last state. So that's gonna be a private. They really should stop with all these massive spaces. It gets annoying, doesn't it? Private state, last state. So last state, we're going to store the last state at the end of the update method. So last state equals state. Everything at the, think of this as like something which is happening in the late update. Late update is essentially another method which I doubt we ever used, but basically late update is executed after the update method. So after the entire update method is done executing, then late update is executed. So this would count as almost the same thing as being a late update or something. Unless we should put it at the end. So we have the last frame, the last state now at the end of the frame. So what we were doing last time. And we're going to say, okay, well, sorry, if the last state if you're outside of the range, right? So we're going to say, and if the last state was equal to the follow, state.follow, then I'm going to reset the path. We should actually check this in the follow waypoint, my bad. So we're checking if we were following in the last frame, we were actually following the player. If we were following the player, and we just switched over to the idle state, so we're following the waypoints now, then we're going to essentially reset the path. Okay. Following the player, but no longer are. Then reset and start. Yeah, that's fine. That's probably fine. Or no longer follow the player, I guess. So yeah. By the way, these last state checks and frame checks, they're very useful. You might use them in a lot of cases. So if he's following me, okay, well that didn't really work, did it? Because it did switch to the idle, but it did not sort of did anything. That's weird. State equals follow state.follow. Let's see. Following the player. Okay. And as soon as we're done following the player, just the last frame here. As soon as done following the player, then stop. Well, I really don't want to create a new message for this, but let's try putting in a new method. This is the late update I spoke of. The glorious late update. Just call it at the end of the frame. Just to confirm it's called at the end of the frame. So you're following, no longer following. Well, it's not resetting the path for some reason. That's interesting. I don't even know if it's gonna work. I'm gonna check something here. Last state is idle. Follow. It insta changes, so okay. Last state equals state. Da, 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 da. Okay, well that's an epic fail. This is the bad thing about live streams. You can't cut parts out. So you know, it hurts you. But you know, nothing bad with a little bit of debugging, right? So what are we doing wrong? All waypoints. It's essentially idle. Maybe it's taking too long to sort of get things into motion. Getting out of it. Technically, there's another thing which we can do without all these checks, and that is simply to store the distance to the player as, instead of like a local variable, we can store this as more of a global private variable. Right, and once we have that, set to it. Okay, we have distance to player as a global variable now. And what we can do is when we are following the player, we're going to say if we reach destination, we're going to check for another thing. If distance to player is greater than the detect range, right? Then we're going to say agent.reset path. Alright, and we're going to move to the other state. State equals state.idle. Right. So that way it would work, I'm assuming. Let's hope it works. Okay, well, it's clearly not working. Why would it not work? Maybe reset path is not what we're looking for. Clear set current path is actually what we're looking for. Stop. Stop moving this agent along its current path. Well, it's apparently removed. What? And there's another stopping thing? Warp. Whoa. Wow, I did not knew they had warp. I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've touched all these methods in the agent thingy. And they have a move, apply a relative move to current position. Those were there. Actually, not really. I mean, these parts might be a bit of a pain in the ass, but to be honest, it gets better. Also, this is not really a robust system. I really want to show you like one of the systems which I developed. I mean, I did make use of certain tutorials, but it was very decent and extendable. Like it was in chunks, right? It was not just one big script, one big pile of code. But you're right, AI can be a pain in the ass a lot of times. Reset path. The reset path's not working apparently. I don't know why. I'm gonna try stop, but it's probably gonna. Here, what does this say? This is stopped. Oh wow, it's stopped. It's true, but that's kind of mess up, no? Because like the agent will just stop and not resume at all. That's not a good thing to do. I'm pretty sure that's not a good thing to do. Well, he still moves. God damn it! Why do you keep moving? That is just not right. Wow. Well, that's news. I think we're probably doing something wrong here. Transfer vision, magnitude. What are we doing wrong here? Less than this is well, let's find out what we're doing wrong here. We have a debugger here. We have distance splitter, it increases. It's 10 meters, it goes to the idle. It's 9 meters, you can sort of see that here. Look at that going. And I can help you with the floating problem. I'm pretty sure that's easy to fix. I'm not exact. I mean, you can do a couple things. There's a couple things like a hack, so you can just offset. So if we go to your agent thing here, you can where is it? Base offset. You can decrease that. Sorry, and that's going to sort of force your agent to sink into the ground. So avoid all the floating you're having there. Might come in handy. Do give it a try. It's pretty cool. But yeah, shouldn't be a problem though. So need to worry about that. Less than equals to that. Ooh, that's probably why. Okay. Yep, that was probably why. So we were actually checking for this here in the look for player, and I think that's why we were skipping the reset path thing. Let's see, he just stops now. It's working, guys. Nice. So we were doing double checks. We were checking here, and we were checking here, and apparently this check was being called first somehow. I guess Switch is slightly slow in that case, I'm not sure. But instead of using this, we can just reset the path now. Trust it will be pain in the ass to fix. I have spent hours on it. Well, I mean, if you do the base offset, it should not be a pain in the ass to fix the floating thing at least. There we go. Fixed. Nice. Pretty good. So he instantly just goes, like, just ignores us, which is kind of a shame. He's looking towards us. As soon as we go out of like the 10-meter range, he ignores us. Pretty good stuff. Now, just a bit of a basic thing to add in a bit to, I guess, the states so we can observe it. We can go ahead and we can change it to change different colors. I don't know what I'm talking about, but let's see. So we're gonna assign a material, or rather a mesh renderer. Yes. So we're gonna have a public mesh renderer, or let's just call it renderer, and we're gonna call this AI mask or something. I don't think that sounds very complicated. AI mesh, right? And we're gonna attempt to pick it up. So if AI mesh equals null, AI mesh equals get component in children, just in case you don't have your mesh renderer on top of your where your script is. And just find a renderer, and that's that. Okay. And whenever we switch states, we're gonna do certain things. We're going to the attack state. We're actually gonna say AI mesh dot material dot color equals color dot red. If you go into the attack, we're going to the red color. If you go back to the idle, we're going to the green color. And if we are going to this thing right here, I guess. Wait. I come to think about it. No, we only need to look for the player in idle and follow, not an attack state, do we? Whatever. And once we go back to the follow, we go to the follow, we need to make it like yellow or something. So red, green, red, yellow. We'll try this. Okay, wait, that's not. Okay, that's gonna work. Orange. Oh, orange is not a bad color. So he becomes red. And we're out of the range. He should become yellow when he's following us, though. It's not working there, is it? If it's greater than that, okay, okie dokie. Well, when are we going into the state here? It's going to do multiple checks, but let's hope not. Ooh, this is a very bad piece of part. Wait a second, did my stream just crash right now? Okay, not sure. Right, I sure hope not, but if it did, then that's a bit of a problem. Okay, well that's good. Hope it didn't crash, because like it just told me that it's stopping or something. I don't know, that was a bit weird to me. But yes, let us see. Yellow, when he's falling, it doesn't go as red anymore. That's a bit bad. Oh, that's bad. That's pretty bad. Oh, hey, how's it going? A twist? Hey, cool guy. Finally back. Well, guess what, mate? I got bad news for you. I'm leaving soon, man. I'm sorry. But I do have some good news. I actually have a camera now, like a proper webcam-ish, sort of, which is not that bad. And I can start doing face cam videos as well. That sounds very wrong. But I can put on like a face cam now. After May, obviously, so you can look at my terrible expressions as I code and fall into despair and madness. That would be a good sight, I'm sure. But yes, okay. Welcome to the stream, and we're about to finish soon, because I don't think we'll be able to cover, because like it's pretty late, and you've covered some states. We've covered falling waypoints, falling the player, attacking. Attacking is just a state. We don't have actual mechanics for attacking because we need a health system for the player and the enemy. But yeah, and yes, actually I was thinking of face rig, but that would be pretty cool though. I would definitely give it a try. I kind of want to use it for more recording. Is it possible to record animations with it to use in game? That would be pretty cool. I don't know if it is, but that'd be nice. So, has reached destination. Otherwise, we're just gonna go to our. Oh whoa! Oh what the? Why? Okay, whatever. Well, then I'm definitely gonna try it out. Then that'd be pretty cool, man. So, also it's always a good thing to use to-dos or notes in your code in case you mess some stuff up, because I clearly did. Right, yellow, green, red. So green is just following waypoints, yellow is following, red is red was attacking, green was the other stuff. Nice, that's working nicely. Okay, let's see. What else do we want to do? We could do another sort of check for the player. So look for player. We can actually do like an angle check, I guess. How do you do it again? I think you find the direction towards the player. So essentially, this is the direction. You normalize the direction, and you basically find an angle between your current forward vector and rate. It's a bit hard to explain, isn't it? Do I have a thing I can? I mean, I feel like I should do this before going up because we're not really covering the attacking mechanics. That's a bit of a shame, but right. I don't know where I placed my software for this thing. Where is it? There it is. Hey, that's pretty good. Okay. And we're just gonna go with the blank canvas or with a paper template. And, give me 1 second. If it's too loud, then don't let me know because it'll be loud. Okay, well, this needs to go here. Actually, this bad thing. Okay, so what do you guys think about all the AI stuff? I mean, it's fun to code. There's one AI I definitely want to show you guys before I get off, which falls in more of an intermediate category once you start to understand how classes work and how you can sort of, you know, how inheritance when it comes to classes work. Inheritance is very important. Right now we're inheriting from mono behavior. As you might notice, every script has something called a class. It has that the colon thingy and then mono behavior. So also I turned off my screen. Okay, that's bad. Right? Nice. So, no, please. What is happening to me? Okay, so the way to find angles, I think, would probably be by sort of having, I guess, like, so this is the enemy, right? What we do is first we get the transform.forward vector, so we find the angle from transform.forward. Transform.forward gives us like the z-axis right there. We have the z-axis here as our transform.forward, because joint handwriting looks way too terrible in the graphics tablet. So that's our transform.forward, and the way we do it, then to find the players. For example, the player's here. Let's mark the player with like P, E. I guess we can just make it as X. And you know, and we don't care about where the player is looking. We just care about whether he's in our sight or not. So this is like our sight here going. You know, just like a angle. This is just an angle check. That's all we're caring about here. So we essentially find the direction towards the player from our position here. So from here, find the direction. Let's just sort of color code things because it's probably very hard to notice otherwise. This is the direction. Okay. This is our nice z-axis here. Okay. And so the direction here is essentially the subtracting the player's position from our current position to the target position. So we can say p dot pose minus x dot pose. That gives us a direction, but the problem here is the direction is like when it comes to angles. The the angle can actually be way offset and have issues because the direction is essentially just like a positional vector towards the player. So its scale could be massive. It could be like its magnitude essentially. It could be like in hundreds or thousands. You know, we used the magnitude to calculate distance before, right? And it could be in hundreds and thousands, and that could be a problem when it comes to calculating angles. So what we do is we scale it down to something more sort of, I'm going to say it, linear, predictable, I guess. So we basically normalize it. Normalize what it does. So we just say dart normalize, but just basically, how do I say it? Just gives us a value which is between 0 and 1. So that's what its range is going to be, 0 and 1. That's it. Which will make it very easy for us to sort of find the direction and stuff like that. Now, when I say 0 and 1, that doesn't mean that. Remember, direction is a vector 3, so it's an actual vector. So everything inside of it, x, y, and z, they are only going to be 0 and 1. That's it. That's the max they can go. So that's going to give us like a more predictable range. We're going to make use of that particular range to calculate the angle, and then we're going to put. So basically, we have like two things in the equation. We have a transform to forward. We have a direction vector. We find the angle from the forward thing here towards this direction vector, right? And once we do so, get our nice little angle in here. Just like that. Pretty good stuff, right? So let's do that. Let's go ahead and look for that. And hey, how's it going, Dark Coder? Animus. Okay. Let's hop back into the code, look for a player. Let's go and try to calculate the angle as well. So we have a direction to the player. I'm going to calculate the distance this time, this direction. Actually, let's just keep the distance as well. Let's do this as well. So vector 3. Direction, and that is just this thing, and then we can actually reuse this vector direction dot magnitude. Pretty good stuff, right? And we can check for the angle. So float angle player to target equals vector 3, was it? Vector 3 dot angle, and from, so remember it's transformed that forward, that is where we're getting the angle from, towards the direction vector, but it's going to be normalized. As you can see, normalized, turn the vector with the magnitude of 1 only, so it just limits to that magnitude, that's it. And now that we have the angle, we're going to check for some things. So we're going to say if we're in the detector range. Okay, so in the detector range, and our angle to target is less than 0.5. I'm sorry, wait, how much should it be? Less than 180 degrees? 90 degrees? Let's go with that. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, because we have an angle, and that would be yes, I think. Yeah. So essentially, from what I remember, the angle now because this is like magnitude of 1 only, that means it's not going to go in negatives. So we're going to have to worry about negative angles, because negative angles could be a thing as well. But from what I remember, both of these sides are going to be positive. But I think the angle range only exists from like, it only exists like this. Let's see if I can draw that out. Okay, that is a very, very bad color choice. So like this, only 90. So we're essentially checking in like a one plane, in more of a limited factor. And once we move to the other direction, we just check like this. So because of that, I think we actually need to sort of have we need to check. We need to multiply this value by 0.5, so we can check for like maybe 45 instead of 90, or something like that. Well, let's just do it. Let's see. So we're in the range, in the angle. All right. Then let's see how things go. Let's see if we can actually see us. We're actually in the range and in the angle right now. And that worked right away. Wow. Okay. We're no longer in the range. We're close to the enemy, but he cannot see us. That's pretty good, right? We can sneak up behind him. Hey, how's it going? Hey, notice me. Hey, freaking notice me, babe. Hey, mate. Okay, well, he sees me now. And he just... Okay, he broke. We broke him. That was not supposed to happen. Let's see if I can get out of his, like, rectangle range. Okay, wait, I need to confirm if it's actually working. Okay, it is working. Hey, Black Cat. Oh, Black Cat, dude, it's been so long. Where have you been? Well, he just... What? Message retracted? Why? So he breaks when he's in the red state, which is kind of funny. Oh, wait. When he's in the attack state and you go out of his sight, and then you walk away, then he's just broken? That's funny. Why does that happen? We're in the attack player state. We're definitely in the attack player state, right? Remain distance rate and stopping distance +1, then we return to the follow state. Okay. Well, are we in the follow state or not then? Clearly not. We're in the attack state. Well, that's really weird. If it's less than that. Well, that's a great glitch. We have an angle system. Like, go towards the target. Distance to... And hey, long time no see indeed. It's been very long. Direction. I don't think we need to go. Well, I mean, half of the things we don't need to even comment. I guess we'll just comment one thing there. Angle, distance, that's fine. I like the green, I'm sorry. It feels clean when you have the green. Just make that a coat, please. Turn that into a coat or something. Can I add live memes? I wish I could do that. Maybe I can do that if I try hard enough. Okay. Follow player. Following the player. Going to the attack state. If you reach the destination. Reaching the destination is, if it's less than or equals to stopping distance. It's weird though, like, it wasn't happening before, was it? I mean, no, I don't even know if it's a thing before. Let's make sure we start outside of the sight of the enemy. That's probably a good idea. Okay, and we go ahead and we and he stops, walk away, and he's like, nope. But if you're in his sight and then we walk away, then it works, which is very weird. Detect range. This thing is definitely doing something here. It's playing a part. We mostly covered everything, by the way, for today. I just need to fix this one bug, and I think we're good for today. So we have like a basic, not exactly a sight system. You can call it a sight system. I mean, after the angle. No, that's no. I mean, you're right, but like, no, please. I hate timers. Actually, I don't hate timers that much, but I do hate them quite a lot. To not use them because like they add a lot of unnecessary plus minus things. I mean, but just positively like. But that is a lazy fix. That's true. That's a good lazy fix. Probably not a good lazy fix. So for our proper sight system, by the way, you can check for the angle first. So if you're in the sight, essentially, then you can what can I say? then you can like check for raycast, so try to raycast from the enemy to the player and see if it actually hits the player. If it does hits the player, then that means the player is in the range, in your sight. And then you can do that. So basically, right now, the enemy can follow us even if you're behind a rock or something, which doesn't make any sense. But with the raycast system, it will lose you as soon as there's some object in front of you. And to make a more realistic AI behavior, you know, you don't want it to lose instantly as soon as something appears in front of you. You know, like what if there's a small box which appears in front of you? The enemy would be like, "Oh, where did he go?" We're very stupid, though. And to prevent that, you can add like a distance check, so the enemy would know where you are unless he's outside of a specific range from you, which would help you. Which would be a very simple fix, but it would help nonetheless. So stuck on this one thing. Hopefully we can fix it. Not sure where to go with this, but let's see. Could you add else to it? Change status. I'm not sure. I mean, we're in the attack. I'm gonna go back to the follow from the attack state. I think the thing we should do is we should only look for a player in two states, I guess. Yeah, we should probably only look for the player in the follow, the idle state. Otherwise, I think we should not do that. Hey, someone actually knows how to mention people. I didn't know that was a feature in there because no one literally uses it. Hey, how's it going? Chars? I'm sorry, that's very terrible attempt to pronounce your name. I should probably stop trying to pronounce people's name, but hey, how's it going? Yeah. Okay. Give me one sec. Sorry, I just got distracted by Discord. I should not do that on live streams. That's a very bad thing. Right. Okay, let's hope that fixed it. What did I change from the code again? I can't remember. Okay, yeah, I just put the look for player in some other thing. So we're not looking for the player anymore. And what if I go behind him and then sneak away? Okay, well let's see. Is the navigation a problem? So if you're here, that's the navigation. Oh yeah, that's a big problem. Yeah, that's a very big problem. We should check for the distance to the player, not the remaining distance. That's a bad thing. Because you see, if you look at his navigation, NavMesh distance, this is where he thinks the player is right now. Not exactly where he thinks the player is, more like the following things. We've essentially said that this is his ultimate position, ultimate destination, which that sounds very epic. And if this ultimate destination is, or if he's further away from the ultimate destination, I can't say it right, then it's like he's gonna follow back to it, right? But what if, but like this is not updating once we're in the attack state. It's not updating at all, in fact. It's probably updated, but that's a big problem. Distance to player is less than equals to detect range. No, actually, you know what? It's a simple fix. I've got the fix, okay? It's very, very simple. It's gonna be, oh god, it's gonna be distance to player is greater than, let's give it like a 3. Then we're gonna go back to the following state. Simple enough, right? So, following the player, right? Okay, well, this is not 3 meters, is it? Okay, then, let's make it maybe 4 meters. Yeah, 4 meters is a bit better, definitely. So if it's greater than that specific value, then we're going to go into the follow state, and if I try to sneak from behind him, he follows me again. because we're doing an actual distance check and not a NavMesh destination based check, which is not really that much of a good check, is it now? It's in some cases it's more than enough, but in this case it's not apparently. So yeah, that works pretty nicely. Even if we go from behind him, he still follows us, and he's lost sight of us now because we're too far from him. Goes back to his usual waypoint roaming. Just another day in a blocky world, I would say. That scared the shit out of me. I'm sorry. So again, he probably knows where I am. See, he knows where I am now. That's stupid. Right, I think we're good now. We're probably done there. And I shouldn't do this, but well, we're probably done here. And my stream crashed again. Why? Why does it keep crashing? Something's not crashing, but like I get these weird spikes in between. Like my internet becomes stable at some point. That's weird. So yeah. Let me know if it's if you guys can still hear me or whatever, but yeah. That's very bad. This stream has issues sometimes, but anyways, that's about it. I didn't want it to ruin the ending, but apparently my internet had other plans. But I mean that was the ending. This is all we're gonna cover today. It was a pretty decent amount of code. Usually I cover this much code in like 2-3 tutorials. You know, hey guys, come on, this is pretty good, right? This is very good. As you can like you must appreciate it, right? And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed? No, wait, what? I mean, I guess enjoyed. I mean, I enjoyed somehow. I like enjoy code. I like to code, and hopefully you guys understood something, enjoyed, and thanks, Aura's Wolf, you pronounce her name, for joining me, and Black Cat, and basically everyone in the chat. A lot of people. There were people fighting on who was first. Laura Studio and Krypton, they were fighting. It's pretty good. Probably one of my highlights in this stream, definitely. I wish I could like actually put it on here, like, you know, have a streaming window on this side so you can see who's chatting. That would be pretty good. I can probably do that if I try. But that's it. Let's close and let's stop and maybe go to bed or something. This is a pretty amazing, powerful diagram. If you guys want to take a screenshot, I can just stop here. I mean, I don't think it's gonna really help you, but hopefully it was, you know, helpful. But oh, hey, Rookhead, how's it going? And sorry, just for, you know, quick summary, I can you know, give you a quick summary if you're up for that on what we covered today. But yeah, and also the fact that I won't be available throughout May, and I'll be coming back in June, and like properly, like regular. So finally, I will have some time to make videos on a weekly basis. So I guess you guys can look forward to that. And wow, 4 a.m. You should go to sleep because I've been going to bed at 4 a.m. and that's not a good thing. Don't do that. You're gonna ruin your entire life by just going to sleep at 4 a.m. But yeah, it was almost a 2-hour stream. We just created some basic AI. So AI who can follow waypoints, and like he has three states. Sorry for assuming the AI's gender. He's got 3 states: idle, follow, and attack. Idle is just him roaming around the waypoints. Follow is when he actually looks at us. So he has a sort of a basic sight system, not exactly sight, but like more of an angle system. So once we're inside of his field of view, it doesn't matter if there's an object in him and in us and whatever. Well, he's gonna follow us. That's it. And once he's close enough, he's gonna attack us. Attacking doesn't really do anything other than change colors. But other than that, that's it. So if I go back, I think I should show one last thing, which I was like the AI, which I wanted to show. I wish I could show more of the people that AI, but I guess that's not going to be today. But yeah, as you can just see, just follows the waypoints. These are waypoints, by the way. These weird boxes. This box is, I don't know why this box is. And as soon as we are close enough and he sees us, he follows us. Comes close. This is attacking state. Yeah, let's not go too far. He goes back to his daily routine. Nice, good stuff. We did just a bit of hacky things, like yeah, well, he can still follow you. Technically, he doesn't care if there's an object between us and him, so I gotta try to jump on him now. I cannot jump on him, but if I try hard enough, I'm sure I can do that. Come here, big boy. That's right, I'm gonna jump on you. Oh wow, no, stop, what the hell? Okay, yeah, stop. Okay, I can do this. Rigid body controller is very bad to control in air. Like, I cannot control this thing in air. Holy shit. It's impossible to stand on this thing. Maybe I'm just really bad at it. I'm very bad at it. Oh, I did it. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, well, it bounces back, but even if you did jumped on his head, then he'll just, yeah. He'll see it. Don't worry about it, guys. He'll find you. I mean, that sounds very terrifying, that he'll find you and he will kill you. Probably not kill you, because like he doesn't have weapons or eyes or face. I mean, I don't think you need a face to kill someone, but you know, stuff like that. And I'm definitely saving this. I'm showing this to my. Oh God, saving canvas failed. This is terrifying. I could probably export it. Yeah, I can export it. I'll probably export it. No. Export. Amazing angle explanation. Okay. And just let one project load. I'm loading up Unity. Hopefully, I can show you this one thing before I get off. It's one of the. It's like one of the projects you see in my intro. But the part I'm going to show you is like a portion of it. I sort of left it. I really want to come back to it. It was going very well. I switched to VR these days. I'm developing more VR stuff, so yeah, a bit of a shame, you know. Let's hope this project doesn't take a million years to load. It's taking a million years to load. Hey, that's pretty good. Look for player, follow waypoints. Wow, we wrote like 100 lines of code. I'm so happy and proud. Thank you. Yay. Why do I sound so dead inside? I'm sorry. I'm very excited. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well that was not supposed to happen. Oh, okay, never mind. I know. Don't worry, guys. I got you. It's for some reason it's an issue. Okay. Let's hope that works. There we go. That should work. Check if you've reached it. Reset. Follow player. Attack player. Hasn't reached this. I mean, I can. Wow, I can like. I'm streaming at 1080p 60 FPS, and wow, it's actually working. I'm surprised. Other than the occasional, like, instability stuff I have. Like, I've dropped 0.4% of the. Oh, well, what? Okay, never mind. Yeah. So ignore this. This is the map I've probably shown you guys a couple of times. Yeah, I might actually. I mean, I don't have VR games, but I have this one which I'm working on as a pirate sort of game. It's multiplayer as well. So yeah, I was thinking of making it for friends and stuff, so we can play with friends. But yeah, I might share it. I definitely think I should share, like, make like smaller projects, share them. Might add to my portfolio as well, and you know, might allow us all to have fun. And yeah, you know, I was thinking of challenges, but yeah, this is the main thing. In this sort of map, I have the AI. So I have, you can probably hear him as well. I kind of want you guys to hear him, so I'm going to turn up the desktop volume. Let me know if it's too loud. It's got music, so it's got like peaceful music. And yeah, I probably showed you that. I'm not sure, but yeah, I definitely wanted to show everyone else this as well. It's got peaceful music when you're not being attacked, and when you're being attacked, it's got terrifying music. I'm gonna turn down the volume a bit. They also speak when they. Oh shit! Wait, that was bad. Sorry. That was terrifying. Holy shit. Oh god, dude. That's so good. I don't know why I like that. I really like that. It's great. Okay, I'm gonna get my... Okay, so there's an inventory system. I gotta get this and run real quick before they kill me again. Okay, so we have a basic inventory system. This is all there is to the inventory, really. You can like hover over items to check their descriptions. So you have a great sword, you have damage, critical chance, critical factor. You can move the items, grab them, move through their slot. Pretty good. If you drag them outside, I think it's not outside actually. I don't know which button it was to drop them. I really don't know. Oh yeah, middle mouse button. Nice. And you just press E to grab them. That's very bad for that, but yeah, let's hope the enemies don't see me. And you press right click to equip. It also has like these pop-up messages. So when you equip it, probably seen the pop-up message system in my video, all this stuff, but yeah. And basically, yeah, there's really not much to it. And hey, thanks a lot, Lemon. But yeah, so they're just roaming in waypoints. They have a waiting system, so wait for a couple seconds before moving on. And they have a sword. They also have like a holstering system. You can press Q, take out your sword, put it back in. You literally stab yourself when you do that. So don't take out your sword, guys. That's a bad thing. That sounds very wrong. Let's imagine I never said that. Right. So I'm gonna try grabbing the sword as well. I will add it. You have just a really roll thing, which has no purpose other than rolling out of the way of your responsibilities. Oh god. Okay, well they saw me. You get this nice music in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. Turn it up a little bit. Oh god. Oh shoot. Okay, wait. No, wait, I can't move it. Okay, okay, yeah. Thank you. It's probably really loud, isn't it? I'm gonna turn it down. Okay. And I'm thinking I'm getting dropped frames. I'm definitely getting dropped frames. Right, so it's a very basic system. You can press right click to parry. Definitely gotta turn down the volume. So right click to parry, and I really don't know what I'm doing. And they dodge as well. So you saw that guy just dodged. It's a very basic system, but yeah, they have like a pattern sort of thing, and you see the sort of things about their head. They flash whenever they're about to attack. This guy's is just flashing because and he just died. Okay. And I did a critical 150 damage, dude. That is amazing. I love that so much. I love the criticals. They're very satisfying. I don't know why. I wish I had a dismember sort of system as well, but I didn't create that. I really don't know how to create that. Oh yeah, 190. So I'll talk a bit about how the critical system work and how the overall AI works. The AI is especially something which I loved how I created. Like it was great. It was really fun to do. They have proper sight system. I don't think they have any hearing system. You can add hearing system as well very easily. It works in form of like components. So different components, they're combined together. You have a state system. I'll show you. It's not like the typical state system, but yeah. So by the way, the weapons, the way they work, you have a damage 30 and 50. 30 is min, 50 is max. Just your typical RPG stuff. Critical chance is 5%, so there's 5% chance that you'll do a critical. But the way the critical factor works is that your max damage gets multiplied by a value of 1 to 5. So any random value between 1 to 5, your max damage gets multiplied by that. That's just about it. That's about it. And yeah, I like the basic stuff. There's really not much to it other than that. And you can just drop your weapons. Oh wow, that was... what the hell? Where'd the sword go? Did I... Well, that was definitely supposed to happen. Maybe I should have a more intelligent dropping system so swords don't go flying. Nice. So, let's take a look at the AI. So, I'm going to disable the other AIs. So you have this very nice sort of sphere here. This is like the distance. So if you escape this distance, the AI and you're like behind an object, you're hiding behind an object, then the AI will lose sight of you. Otherwise, you won't. And this sort of ray, this is his vision, his field of view. It's a very wide field of view, but yeah, that's how much. And the way it ends, the place it ends, that's his max look range. That's how much you can look at maximum. Yeah, he's got a weapon and stuff, and I cannot click him for some reason. There we go, I can click him now. And he's got animations. He's got a. I also had a network system, but it's not working anymore. I partially networked this, then I didn't. So state controller, I'll talk about that a bit, but basically this is what handles. This is the heart of the AI. This handles everything, but it's a very basic script. It's very simple. Like if you click on it, it's like it's that much. It's not that big. It's got very basic for what this AI can do. It's got very less lines, right? It's not enough, I guess. And you have AI combat is what handles the weapons, equipping, weapon damaging system. AI manager also handles the weapons, so it's more of AI weapon manager also handles the weapons. You can have multiple weapons. I don't know why I would have multiple weapons. I don't really have a weapon switching system for AI, but I just added that because it was convenient. I think it inherits from there's a weapon manager, which is the base script, inherits from that. And then you have a root controller, which is just basically it's animation for characters which use root-based animation. This one uses root-based animation. It's basically mainly for humanoid characters. I also have another animation controller, which you can just remove this and drag and drop that, and it'll just hook up right into the system. And that is used for creatures, so for non-humanoid characters like this one. So you can have both working in no time. Obviously, this one uses a bit of a separate one. It also uses state controller, so like you don't have thousands of scripts. You have scripts reused in a similar manner. You have AI combat, same exact thing. You just have a generic controller for this one because it uses generic animations. Get it? Ha! Yeah, it's very bad. And there's a creature held, and I'll explain the held. Held is very basic, just held is like max held. Armor is what's subtracted from whatever damage you do to the enemy. And max stamina is if they run out of stamina, if they parry too much, they run out of stamina. If they run out of stamina, they cannot parry anymore. And walaikum salam, Jahangir Akbar, how's it going, my dude? And there's a parry chance, which is 0.6, multiply that by 100, so that's 60% chance to parry. Dodge chance is 40%. And yeah, so you also have a basic HUD system which shows the stuff, so alert, hostile, and stuff like that. Basic stuff, good stuff. Thank you, Jahangir, but like I can't do that, but I'll be able to do that hopefully after May. I'll be finally free from all the stuff just going on in my life, and I'll be uploading regularly. So, and yeah, and then once you look at the state controller, this actually has some very cool things. It has enemy stats. This is a scriptable object. This is ACID. This doesn't exist in the script. I mean, it's a script itself, but it's an object. It's a scriptable object. Very cool. If you click on it, you have all these stats for the current enemy. So essentially, instead of copying and pasting stats, you can just drag and drop it. You can give it stats. You can duplicate it, whatever. Pretty basic stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Very easy to set up different AI systems. I actually have a AI creator as well, if I'm not wrong. Do I really have an AI creator? I'm pretty sure I created one, but yeah, pluggable AI creator. So you can put in your animation controller, your enemy stats object, your main state, your remain state. Like I'll explain those in a second what these are, and what type of thing you're creating, humanoid or creature, and if you want a detection HUD on it, and set up. It just creates an AI for you. It's very, very easy, very convenient to set up. So pretty good stuff. And yeah, so if you look at the states, the current state is what's the actual brain. If I click on this, this is a state where yeah, yeah, I will. I did show it a bit while ago. Yaze, I don't know if that's how you pronounce your name. Like just like a couple minutes ago. But I'll show it again in 1 sec. So you have a patchful scanner state, and it has some action. So as soon as you enter this state, you just put your sword back in. You reset your HUD, and then you have actions. Actions are like some things which like pieces of scripts which keep on executing constantly. Hey, oh, it's Luna. Hey, what's popping? It's been so long. Yo, greet my chill homie Luna here. Right, so, and we have a transitions. Transitions are like, think of like this thing. These are the transitions, these lines. And you have like, you can have multiple transitions just like in the animation controller. Also, look how basic this is. It's very basic. Like arm state, pairing state. It's very good stuff. And then you have like a sight decision. So this is like constantly decides, are we looking at the player? You found it. If you found it, we go to a different state entirely. Otherwise, there's another decision which is alerted. So the other enemies can actually alert this AI that they have found the player and come to the specific position. That is very like convenient-ish. So there's a pack system for the enemies essentially. So chasing, yeah, the animation is using root motion exactly. So chase scanner is just, you know, you chase, you say some stuff. So there's like audio actions. He says something, and then he follows us constantly. Oh, nice. Thanks, Luna. I'll hit you up later on Discord. It's pretty good. It's been very long. I'm sorry I'm not playing VR chat anymore. Like these days, busy and stuff. So I'll come back to it. But anyways, so we have different hard actions. We have actions. This action is like a attack pattern. So you actually have attack pattern system as well. So they can select from which attacks to choose, when to attack, when to dodge. It's not that advanced really, but yeah. And then you can go out of the system if you lose sight of the player, I think. Yeah, if you lose sight of him, you go back to you go to the alert where you actually search for the player around his last known position. So it's pretty good stuff. Let's go ahead and jump right into it, and hopefully it's fun. I showed it before, but let's do it again. All right, Luna. See you later. Nice to have you here. Ready? Okay, well, that was not supposed to happen. Give me 1 second. We don't want this AI there. That's bad. Also, one thing, I need to increase the volume of the music. I love the music in this. I'm sorry, I love it very much. I know I edited, but like not this music. This music sucks. I mean, this music is okay, but. So I just picked up a weapon inventory system for those who missed it. You can drop a weapon, you can pick it up. It's just that, and you can right click to equip it. And you have notifications at the bottom there. That's too loud, isn't it? Wait, let me reduce that. Okay. And also let me reduce that from here. So. Right. So I'm just following them. They don't know I'm behind them. I don't have a sound detection system yet, so otherwise they could have actually hear me running or walking or you know, like the Assassin's Creed whistle. And if one of them sees me, the music's going to change. They're going to alert the other enemies around them, and things are going to escalate. So I like this music. I'm sorry, I'm into medieval stuff, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, well, let's do it. All right. See how they're like, you there? What you doing here? That's that kind of stuff. I recorded these voices are very cringy. I'm sorry. Okay, wow. I parried 2 swords at once. I don't know if that's even possible. Oh, whoa! How did I got attacked? Okay, well. So yeah, it's the basic system. You can use your arrow keys to switch between targets. And I did a critical damage to one of them, 108. That's sweet. And he just instantly died. Definitely needs an assassination system. Oh god. Okay, wait. I'm just gonna roll out of the way. Alright, let's see. Also, if you use a very shit weapon, there's an issue in the system. Sometimes you don't actually damage them. Oh, 194. Yo, that's a good one. I see he just dodged out of the way. So it's, and there's slow motion. I love the slow motion. That's the only thing I really just love about it. Like, whoa. And like the chromatic aberration around this everything. So it just died. That was a bit sad. It died so too soon. Let's make it so this time they actually follow us and they lose sight of us. So they try to search for us. See this music? I don't know if you guys probably can hear shit because that's very quiet. Also, these are non-copyright, so I probably hopefully won't get sued on YouTube for anything. So, by the way, the system is actually slightly clever. Well, that's not clever. It pretends to be clever, is the keyword. Basically, they follow you around your actual position, not your last known position. So they're going to finally find a random position around your actual position. So it kind of looks like they're intelligently looking for you. Oh, wow. Shit. Whoa, whoa. No. I want to run. I'm so slow. Holy moly, man. I mean, they're so slow either. I should have a system where they actually run towards me instead of... Oh, God. Oh, no. No, 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 no. So they also say, like, what are you doing here? If you can hear that. And the detection thingy turns yellow. Alright, this is like a game of hide and seek now, isn't it? Hopefully they should lose sight of me any movement now. Come on, do it already. Yeah, that one looks like you just gave up. The music should turn back too. Oh no, oh god, god damn it, why? I'm sorry, this is becoming a bit frustrating. Okay, okay. This place is not big enough for me to lose them. Let me just cheat a bit. So I'm gonna cheat by reducing their search time. Where's the search time? 5 seconds. Oh shit, he found me. God damn it. 5 seconds is a pretty good search time, don't you think? Running Simulator 2018. You're welcome. Hey, they're probably gonna lose me very fast. Oh my god! Stop. Stop it. Get some help. You know, I had a bad throat when I tried to record. Okay, they're gonna lose sight of me really quickly now. There we go. Finally. Why are they spitting when they lose sight of me? That's kind of annoying, but goddamn. Music will stop in a couple of seconds, hopefully. Come on, music. I think it takes a bit of time for it to stop. Yeah, definitely. Did I broke the system? Well, I hope not. We have a game logic here. Let's see if I actually broke the system. Sound manager. Oh, whoa, whoa, he's coming here. He's coming here. I'm scared of him now. I guess the fighting's more cool, but yeah, I definitely want to. I was creating a quest system for it. I was in fact in the middle of creating a quest system for it, but I never did. Eventually, I don't know why. Like it was going. I don't know how was it going really. Like where's the quest system? Do I have it here? Yeah, I have some scripts for it. Player test quest. Yeah, I have like iQuest identifier objects. Like so many scripts for quest. I probably forgot how it works now. It's been so long since I touched it, like very long. Also, these are the, you've probably seen these guys used very often. There's nothing, it's not called anything, I'm sorry, it's unnamed. But this is, these guys are very strong apparently. Like, in terms of the armor, they have a much greater armor value. So it's a bit difficult to kill them and kind of annoying. And no, sorry, SF, I cannot speak Arabic. They're going to find me really quickly, and I don't want that to happen, do I? Oh, yeah, boy. See, they actually run. They're not retarded. I make AI like this for her. I wanted to make... Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I mean, I would have an AI for our game which teleports. That would be very nice, don't you think? Oh boy, oh no. Wait, give me 1 second. Let me just adjust my mouse. Okay. Alright, boys. Come on. Oh, wait. Like that. Oh, whoa. See that critical damage? That's amazing. That's the only thing, just like the bend. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, boy. That was smooth. God damn it. Okay, I'm getting bad at pairing. Just like in one of my videos. Have you guys seen the parallel video? That's probably the best sword fighting system I actually have. This one is very busy. This isn't just like spam the button or something. That other system actually had a proper pairing system, like, you know, like For Honor. So you actually had to look for directions. It didn't really give you any hints though. Like you actually had to look for directions yourself. And no, I don't do these animations. This is an animation pack I got. It's called the sword anim set. It's on the Asus store. You can look up for it. It costs for Spade. You can also get free sword fighting animations in mixcinema.com. God damn, he's not dying. Look how many times I've hit him. 1 damage. That's what I did. 1 damage, dude. 6 damage. Oh, that's so terrible. I'm doing less than minimum damage because of his armor. See, this is the thing about chances. The critical is not coming in. Come on, critical. Oh, there we go. See? 182. And the music just fades out because everyone died. And we're happy and peaceful now. Graphically, it looks pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with that, honestly. It has like volumetric effects and whatnot. Oh god. There's one thing I was doing. It was like a cutscene. Like I was trying to put a backstory to it, which I think was pretty good. It was if you guys have heard of the anime Erased, I was basically creating a similar story to it. Like there's 2 guys. Well, 1 guy, but there's 2 of them. That doesn't make any sense, I don't know. Like, I guess 1 personality, but in 2 different eras, if that makes sense. Thanks a lot, guys. See you later. Thanks for joining in. And I should go really soon as well. I said that like 15 minutes ago, but I haven't stopped. We did a bit of coding. I think I told you about that, but not sure. But yeah. So yeah, the state system is what makes it pretty cool. So you know, you have all the actions here, and if I wanted to create a new action, I could just right-click, create, pluggable AI, actions. These are the list of actions, decisions, sequences, like enemy stats, player stats, state, so much stuff. It's very cool, very nice. I think you can also create an inventory. This is an inventory item, by the way. Yes, I will make an FPS tutorial. Don't worry about that. Hopefully it'll be after May. Yeah. So yeah, look at the inventory system. Look at the item slots. Isn't that cool? That looks pretty good. By the way, the inventory system I made using the basic concept came from Unity tutorials. Also, the basic concept of the AI system, the base came from Unity tutorials as well. You should definitely watch their live streams and all that. Very good stuff. Very cool. You can build upon that. So it was a basic inventory system where you can only add items through code. But there was no like pickable stuff or dropping or moving around or like, you know, basically all the essentials of an inventory system. But now there are. And this was networked. As you can see, there's a photon view. So these objects actually existed on network, but they don't anymore because, yeah. Pick a sword. This sword is very terrible, by the way. There's a chance, 10% chance, but like 3% critical factor, and it doesn't do a lot of damage, quite frankly. Also, what's it called? The sword system actually uses proper sort of detection of the sword, so you can probably see that it actually hits like very sort of accurately. Not that accurately, but you know, still. So you can sort of see it's very cool. Like it actually hits wherever the sword goes. It's not like a fake. Like previously, I did a fake system for hit detection. This one's like an actual one, proper sword detection. It's not exactly collision. It's I don't know how to. It's more like a ray cast. So yeah. I was thinking of having a bow type as well. So you can have bow, you can have axes and stuff like that. Anyways, I'm gonna stop the stream here. It was nice having you guys over. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's do some more AI scripting later maybe. This one was pretty fun. I honestly quite enjoyed it. If you guys missed it, you can probably rewatch my stream. This stream will be hopefully uploaded when I stop playing the stream. Stop the stream, if that makes sense. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Have a good one, and good night, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you live. See ya. I'll see you after May then. Bye.